Welcome to another episode of Certified Oversharer. I'm your host, Samantha Busch, and get ready because today is going to be a TMI overshare. I have my best friend of 20 years on, Bree, and she knows me better than anyone. So today, we just want this to be, imagine you and your girlfriends are in your GMEs with a drink and you are just oversharing. We are going to tell you some of our finest moments in life. Or future plans. So, Bree, I think we can give a little insight. We met in college.
Yep.
And we are not friends. We're more sisters.
I agree.
Yes. So our kids hang out. They're the same age. We like mom our kids. Different parenting styles, but we mom our kids together.
Yes. Although Brex will often say, "You're just like my mom," when it comes to dinner or things that I say yes about to eating. So that's good.
Auntie Bree is a therapist, so you are more calm and gentle and think through it with the kids. And I'm Italian, and I'm like, I said it once, I'll sit down right now. Is anybody listening to me? So we have a little bit different parenting styles, but we love our kids all the same. So I actually have a story to tell you.
Okay.
So it happened last night. So we're going to the CMAs next week. Probably by the time it airs, it'll be done. But anyways, I went to Skin Farm and I got a facial. And the facial that I got done was like this little thing and it stamps. Okay. And so it stamps and it puts like stuff it like real lightly, like
it stamps on?
Not like micro needling, but it has like these little needles in it. So it's called.
Does it pull out or stamp on?
No, it's called a gold infusion at Skin Farm. And what it is, it looks just like, imagine a stamper with like 8 or tiny little needles that are very, very short. And they like stamp your skin like this. And there's stuff in like the little vial and it goes in there and it like makes your skin glowy, dewy, no downtime, right?
Yes, I think I've heard of this.
Okay. All goes well. I come home, we do dinner. It's like now getting to bedtime. So like 6 hours after I've had this facial. So Lennox is going through this phase of there's monsters in my room. Mm. So this mom told me that you should get a spray bottle and decorate it and it's monster spray.
Okay.
So I get a hair bottle, fill it with water, and I'm like, oh, smart. I'm going to put rosemary oil in it because then it'll have a scent and she'll know. So I have the essential oil thing and her and I are dropping it together and then Millie starts eating my sock. And so I like leave her with the bottle, go get the sock, come back. Half the bottle of essential oils is now in the spray can.
In monster spray.
In monster spray. So we go to her room, we spray the monsters, all the things. We spray the whole room. It reeks of rosemary. And then she was like, well, how does it work? And I was like, oh, I'll demonstrate. So Lennox sprays me with said monster spray. And I show her that I like wither and die and all the things. And I put her in bed and I go to the kitchen to clean up. And I'm like, my face is really hot. Like it's getting warmer and warmer and warmer. So I go to the bathroom and I don't know why I didn't think, it didn't hit me that it was the spray.
Yeah.
So I put like this skin barrier lotion, like essentially Vaseline. Put that on top. So my dumbass locked
You locked
down.
the rosemary into the broken skin. To the holes in your face.
It is like 3 minutes later, my mom was like, and Braxton's like, Mom, what happened? And all I felt was it was hot. So I was like, what? So I go look in the mirror and it didn't blister. My skin swelled and bubbled. Like, like the whole, like, I don't know how to say it. It wasn't like a blister. Like you couldn't pop anything. The whole skin was wavy and huge. And like my eyes were like this. And I was like, oh shit. So then my mom's like, what happened? And I was like, I don't know. I've gotten this facial done like 6 times. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's rosemary. Like it is.
You trapped it in.
Non-diluted rosemary oil directly on an open facial.
That's really funny.
It hurt like a bitch.
I'm sure it did.
It was awful. But that reminds me, do you remember my other famous facial?
Yes. It is liquid gold.
So backstory, Bree gets pregnant very easily and makes a lot of milk.
I used to anyways.
I not so much. So I never got to do like the whole breast milk thing. Like mine didn't come in. It wasn't working. My whole body just like doesn't know how to, it just malfunctions. So anyways, Bree's pregnant with his Dax, right? Or is it this one, Kate? Either one.
I guess maybe Dax. Well, I don't know.
Bree has
Pregnant
another.
again.
Bree has 4 kids. Bree has another kid.
Pregnant again.
And you were talking about your breast milk that was like liquid gold. And so I remember I was like, can I have some? And you're like, yeah. So I take it home that night and I put it all over my face and I don't tell Kyle. And so like it like cakes on like dried milk.
Yeah, it does.
And it like smells a little bit.
I mean, smells like milk that's gone warm.
Yeah, because it's sitting out on my face.
Yes.
And I went to bed and Kyle was like, leaned over to kiss me. He's like, ew, you smell rancid. What is that? And I was like, it's Bree's breast milk. And he was like, you drank her breast milk? And I was like, no.
I drank her breast milk.
I didn't, though now I would, knowing all the benefits of it.
The benefits of it. Yeah, I still have more.
I was like, I mean, I might put it in a smoothie at this point. But yeah, Kyle was like mortified because he was like, Bree's breast milk is all caked and dried onto your face. And I was like, it is.
And it's getting rid of all my blemishes.
So young when I wake up. Speaking of, why have I not asked you? Give me some.
I know, that's true. Yeah.
Pull those out.
I was like, I still have some currently available.
Put some in here before you go. I am also very proud of you for wearing this tank top.
Thank you.
Bree is the more modest friend, but
Yes,
she knows that my
if there's two opposites.
we are opposite.
Yeah.
But Bree knows my podcast needs ratings, so thanks. Why don't you tell them one day when Kyle retires and what is our future career?
We have some plans to, well, we can't give it away.
Oh, yeah, because, well, let's just say we are both trained as therapists. How do I say this without giving it away? We have an OnlyFans concept that I can't even say if it's been done because I'm not on there.
I know. Yeah.
But like it is a very well thought out, not nasty, but we're going to be sugar mamas.
Yes, and it's got a great name.
The name and the concept is
everything.
fantastic. I'm letting you do the background research on if it exists because I am not going on to look at that.
Well,
Bree, this is the least I've ever heard you talk in your life.
I know. I don't know that should be on my computer.
Better yours then. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Why? What are you doing?
I don't know. Will it take us to the dark web? What is the dark web?
I don't know. I'm not even sure.
Me neither.
Bree, I think one of the most epic stories about us is that we are each other's ride or die.
Yes.
Yes. And it doesn't matter. I feel like you're the friend. If you're like, hey, I killed Andrew, I'd be like, okay, I will come figure this out.
Yeah. Let's deal with this.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'm here for you. I'm sure you were totally justified in it.
Exactly.
I've got you.
Right.
But discuss
Same.
Bring up for everybody how we ended up. And I'm so proud of you. So guys, let me also preface the story with this. So Bree and I are total opposites in almost every sense of the manner. But Bree wanted to do a maternity boudoir shoot.
Yes.
And I was your hype girl.
Yes.
So I don't know. Did you freaking find this on Craigslist?
It seems like it would have been.
I definitely feel like it's
It seems
Craigslist.
like it would have been. So
Facebook Marketplace.
yeah. Well, so to to go back, I've done one with I think every pregnancy, and I'd have to ask Andrew because I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I did it with Harper, and I know I did it with Dax, and then I was like, I don't know about Cade though. But there was a lot of stress during that time, so not sure, but it's something I like to do because I feel like pregnant bodies are so beautiful. There's something to be said for a woman that goes through like that process and like what that looks like,
1000%.
and how much the body changes. And so I like to do the boudoir shoots for Andrew. And so, but prior to this last pregnancy, I was like, well, I just had somebody take them that I knew because I was like, oh, I'm more comfortable. Like, I think
Didn't Abby take the other ones?
Abby, Jamie, I think took some.
So these are our other friends.
Brandy, yeah.
So these are our friends,
My
and now
sister.
Bree is going to a professional for this.
Yeah,
one.
so I was like, hey, let's do a professional this time. And so I found the shoot on like a Facebook moms group. And I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, that's really pretty. I think this is perfect. She was doing a special. I'm like, yes, this is perfect. I want to do it.
Should we preface the whole story too with the photographer and her pictures were actually phenomenal. So in no way as we tell this story is this anything against a photographer because her pictures were stunning.
She was so good.
Yes.
And the pictures were gorgeous. And
So
I was really, really happy with the pictures. Yep.
But continue. So we're kind of on a Craigslist and we find this lady running a special.
Yes. And so I went to, like, I signed up. I booked the session, and then like I started to get nervous because I was like, okay, I don't really know where I'm going. I didn't want it to end up like that salt pod situation when Andrew got me that gift card.
Oh, yeah, where you thought they were going to kill you in the salt pod and you were all alone, locked in.
Yes, but I'm absolutely sure, like, if I was not videoed that day, I'd be shocked.
So you're probably already on OnlyFans, truly just not making any money off of it.
Yeah, that's true. Probably.
Sucks.
Totally sucks. But
Yeah,
I
4
believe,
kids to feed. They should give you a commission.
I know. I was like, maybe I should join just
Just to see if I'm on there.
Yeah, should I look? Is that how that works? I don't know how to work it, but maybe I...
Naked woman in salt pot.
But to this day, I still am like, I mean, somebody walked in with a backpack. I was the only person there. He made no eye contact and went somewhere. I was in that room alone, in the salt pad, naked. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think that something was going on. I didn't want a situation like that. Well, and then everybody's like, why didn't you just leave? And I was like, I was getting my salt
I
pod.
paid for that.
Yeah, like, I was getting that session. Thank you.
If you know about Bree, she loves a good deal. She will find a good deal on any form of the internet. And this led us to, you called and you're like, hey, come with me to this shoot.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous.
So, yes,
I was like, okay.
nervous. I wasn't sure that I should really go alone. I think it was like down in Charlotte or Huntersville.
It was like the border by Charlotte and Huntersville.
Okay. So basically I was like, well, I thought it was a studio, but she said it's in a house. So we're just going to go.
Yeah, you said we're
here's
going to go
the
to a
address.
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we roll up to this house. Do you want to do the honors of this?
I think you're better at this.
Guys, I am for sure they shot pornos there. Like, for sure. First of all, we roll up and the front door is wide open. And I thought that was weird. And there's like all sorts of a hodgepodge of decor.
Yes.
Everywhere.
A lot of decor.
But every room was vastly different. So it almost reminded me of different sets. And as we walked in, remember there was like 2 or 3 other women taking these photographs. So like we walk in, can't find the photographer. There's half naked women just like up the stairs, down the stairs. Remember in the kitchen getting makeup on. And we're like, and the house is set that like, it just reminded me that was more used for something other than a home.
But it's right in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yes.
Like a nice neighborhood.
Yes.
And it's in the very middle of the nice neighborhood.
Yeah. So Bree and I were like super confused. We couldn't find the photographer. The house like was just very much set up to film different.
It seemed like it. I mean, they said that, well, did they say she was single? I don't know. The owner was maybe single.
I'm not sure. But anyways, after 10 minutes, we find the photographer, lovely lady. We go to that room.
Yep.
And you put on your first look, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then what happened? I think that one was more normal.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that one. That one is my favorite photo to this day.
And it was just a bedroom. It had like a velvet headboard. You did a very pretty, tasteful, like legs up and crossed on the headboard, hair floating, and
Yeah.
we started feeling good about things.
Yep, my eyes were really green.
Yes.
They were really pretty. Yeah, that one was awesome.
So Bree's now
Great.
feeling like loose. You're feeling loose and comfortable.
Although you tried to get me to do the hair flip, and I was like,
we did try the hair flip.
yeah.
That was the least of our worries this day. So then we go to the next room. And I feel like this is where it got interesting.
Was
That was the next bedroom.
That was the master.
Yeah, it was,
though, right?
Yes.
So I felt like really like, oh gosh, like this is the master bedroom.
right, like, because we couldn't figure out, like, did somebody actually live here? Because if so, there's, like, naked women on
in
the
your
bed. And
yes,
that's why we were very confused.
yes, because I
happening.
also felt like when I was laying in the other bed, I was like, wow, what happens here?
And then we
like,
closed the door, but then all of a sudden there were like kids in the house. And we were like,
kids.
what is going on? Bree has underwear on at this point. You could hear like younger boys running around. We're in some random house, and the photographer's kind of going in and out because like other clients are starting to show up. It was very bizarre. But the whole time we were there with each other. I'm like, you got it. You're so pretty. Oh, do this, do that. So then remember, you're like, we talked about doing this one that was a window silhouette.
The window silhouette.
So at my maternity boudoir shoot, which was in Charlotte, but the window backed up to like
Chicago. I thought it was in Chicago.
That was my wedding one.
Oh, okay.
That was my wedding one where, sidebar story, I did this shoot for Kyle, and I was like out on this balcony giving it my all in like this lingerie, and we were directly across from an office building, and everybody was watching. But my mom was there. She's like, work it. You got it. You put your butt out. It's looking fabulous. That's also when my mom had my vagina bronze. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it needed to be fabulous for the photos.
Other sidebar story, my mother, I had on like this very pretty lingerie, and she's like, if you're going to do boudoir for your husband, you might as well be naked. And then I had like hair and makeup with me, and she literally asked the makeup girl, she goes, can you like make her vagina a little bronzer and a little sparklier or something, make it a little more fabulous? And so here I am, I just met this lady, and I'm like,
can you powder this?
Can you just, I don't, here we go. And I hadn't had kids yet, so I was like a lot more modest than I am now. Now I'd be like, yeah, while you're down there, if you could just, but anyways, back to you.
Too.
So when I did mine in a window, it backed up to an empty alley. Bree does hers at this house, and it's a freaking neighborhood. So there's like an Asian guy walking a dog, a mom with a kid on the stroller, and Bree's just naked in the window.
I was like, what do you do? Like, what do you do in this situation? I'm like, we have to capture these photos,
Get the photo.
This is amazing. Like, it's going to look awesome.
Because she kept showing us on her little camera viewer lens thing, and it looked so good. So I was like, well, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about the neighbors.
Yes. The guy walking the dog. Like, I was just like, like, is this normal?
Well,
like,
that's
does it happen a lot here?
Like, is there always naked women in the window?
I don't know. Right. Yeah.
Does the homeowner pay a commission to the neighbors? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. But it was very clearly like, okay, there's somebody in the window and there's somebody walking right down there on the sidewalk with his dog.
Well,
these are for my husband.
Then it got worse. We went from, let's also say this too. Andrew's mom, Trina, hi, love you. This would be the point of the podcast where you probably want to just turn it off for like 10 minutes, maybe just hit fast forward just a little bit. You might not want to know all this about your daughter-in-law. I know that hearing it from me is zero surprise. But just in case, so that the holidays next time you're here aren't awkward. Just, Trina, this is for you, okay? This is your parental warning that you might want to fast forward.
Your son is well taken care of.
I mean, you guys have 4 kids together. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You're not the Virgin Mary. So, would you like to, let's just explain the bathroom setup, but you need a visual. Visualize the space.
It was gorgeous.
It was beautiful.
It was stone floors, and then like a clawfoot tub.
White.
Yep. Mirrors.
A lot of mirrors.
Mirrors everywhere.
La leopard.
Leopard. Yep.
But-
Yeah, there was a leopard rug, right? Yeah, because I had my heels on. And I was like, oh, Lord.
Yep. And just mirrors.
Yeah, lots of mirrors.
So now we're in some woman's bathroom, I guess. Like the master bathroom.
The master bath, which is not your typical master bath, I don't think. Like, it was like,
Interesting. Like,
Yes.
what kind of adult movies are made in said bathtub? Anyways, this is where the shoot went from X to triple X.
I mean, for me, maybe not for you.
For free.
I mean, come on. Between the two of us, maybe not for you, but for me.
I mean, there are very small amounts of time in life that I'm even like, well, all right. And this was one of those moments. This was a moment where I was like, shit, all right, if you say so. But I think we should also say I am also a people pleaser. So I am not like very big on saying no. So I think we could say first we attempted the cat cow in the tub. Go ahead.
Which I was like, cat cow. I was like, okay, I totally feel like a heifer right now. Like, this is like
Explain,
not the look for my pregnant body.
They had Brie in the tub on all fours.
Hands and knees. And she was like, pop your butt. And I was like, I mean, my stomach's so big. Like, my butt is popping, but my stomach sticks out to here. Like,
And like your stomach was down. It was really a weird angle. So Brie and I both were politely like, I'm not sure this is working. And
it's not my favorite photo.
we probably should have stopped right there. So
We should have moved on to the next roam. Next room, please.
next room. Because
Please.
had we have known,
We didn't know.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. And I might have to demonstrate.
I sat on the edge.
So Brie sat on the edge. She was looking really hot. So let me give you the picture. She had lingerie, this little robe on that was open.
It was black, yep.
Yep. She had her heels on the leopard rug. There's mirrors everywhere. Yeah, her
heels.
Another difference about us is Brie has enough hair to make me a wig every month, and I have no hair. So she's got this hair like covering her boobies. Like, it's very hot, like very hot. And we're like, ooh. And so she's working it and looking good, and we're like, ooh, these are gonna be great. And then
That was good enough.
that was good, and then it went bad. The
So bad.
photographer
So bad.
looks at Brie and says, okay, now I want you to act like you're masturbating. And Brie and I just looked at each other like, did she just say? And we both were like, pardon me? Go again? What? And she was like, I'm not going to, you know what she wanted her to do. And Brie and I were like, odd. And Brie's like, and she freezes. So nobody's speaking. There's three of us. Brie is frozen solid, not saying a word.
Aren't moving.
No, she's literally like this. So the photographer looks at me and she goes,
I was like, I don't know you, ma'am.
she goes, go do it. And I looked at her and I was like, what do you want me to do? And she was like, I need you to go place her fingers. And I was like, yes, ma'am. What else do you say?
I was like, Sam, no. No.
Brie and I are the worst people pleasers. She's looking at me like, don't do it. And the photographer's like, okay, do it. And I'm like,
Okay,
here we go. And I will never forget your hand. I thought you were dead. It was like a skeleton.
I felt like I needed to die right there.
It's like you had rigor mortis. I was like,
Ma'am, this is like such a personal thing. Like,
but you're not saying that. You literally are saying
I froze.
nothing.
I was like, I don't know. Is this what boudoir does? I don't know.
We're gonna have to sit up and reenact this. So Brie, I don't know if you can hear me. Brie's sitting, looking really pretty, like this. Like, I kid you not. She's frozen, and she's looking at me.
I don't know where to put my hand.
Like a deer in headlights. And so I'm like, and the photographer's like, basically like, come on. So this hand is still here. I will never forget this. Your hand is here. So I take this hand and I'm like, and you're not like, and I was like, bend your fingers. So I'm like,
how?
like moving her underwear because she is just like, and I like sweating, and I like put 5 down there or 4. I'm like, that looks stupid. So then I'm like, I need your pinky back, and I need your ring finger, and you gotta put your undies, and then I'm like taking your thumb, and I'm like, just down, down. And I get her set, and then I take this hand, and I'm like, down. And so Bree's like,
Like, this is not the setting for this, ma'am. It's not the setting.
can we use one of the photos and just crop your face for this YouTube? Because I think you're like this.
Can I please have my husband back and you leave? Just go.
So literally, Brie, I was like, she's frozen. The photographer's like trying to get anything out of her. And I was like, ma'am, I think we're done.
We're not going to get this one.
I don't think this is her vibe. I think we need to move on now. And then we went to that room, and that's why we were for sure that this home was used.
It was odd.
It was like walking into like designer everything in this room. But then
purses, shoes, jewelry.
But then we were also taking pictures in there. It was freaking weird. And then the whole time there was like, I think like kids, and you could hear them, but like older boys, like not men.
On the older or on the upper floor.
On the upper floor that must have come home from school and then a boudoir shoot. So anyways, it was really weird. Brie got like 4 good, excellent, amazing shots from the photographer.
Yes. And the one...
Not 4 shots, sorry, 4 location shoots that were...
Yes, 4 locations. Yep. And probably, I would say definitely good ones from each location. Like it was a great,
minus the tub,
great
maybe.
shoot
Well, the
for photos.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The photographer did amazing. I love the photos. Andrew loves the photos. Like they were great.
It was all great. And our friendship was like, if it wasn't solidified by 20 years, that was solid.
It was solid.
I will never forget that. I was like, okay, just put these. Okay, here we go.
This is not the space for this.
Here we go.
Ma'am.
That's all we kept saying. Ma'am. Okay, ma'am, we'll do it. Literally. We're the worst. We would be the people that accidentally committed a crime because we would be following orders.
It's right. It absolutely.
You know what that story reminds me of when we talked about ride or die? We just have to go back to college. This isn't a story. This is a Tara story. Do you remember? Tara with Dustin. And like, I swear it was attempted murder. Okay. The scene is 2005 or 6.
Well.
Yeah. College.
Yeah. 6 or 7 maybe?
Yeah. Have my first like college boyfriend. He's in a fraternity. I'm in love. Facebook just comes out. Lo and behold, I don't even know how we all figured this out, but he was cheating on me, right? So at the time, we had a friend named Tara. Tara, if you're listening to this, like, love you to pieces. This is still one of my favorite stories. So we figure out he's cheating, and he works as, what did you used to call it? Like the people who would like get other people to rent at places. Like not like an apartment manager, but like a, remember?
Yeah, no, because I worked doing that myself.
What job did you have, Brie?
I don't know.
Anyways, it's like the person at the college apartments that like got people to like sign up to be at
like
their
apartment sales.
Yeah, and then like
promotional
something.
Like, yeah.
Anyways, he worked in this like little apartment front office, whatever. So Tara and I go with like the Facebook messages of the cheating, right? And highlighted them in different colors and printed them off. And she drives me there because even back then I never drove. I hate driving. But you could tell that story next.
Same.
And we go confront him at his place of work and like do the whole dramatic thing. And I go in by myself and I'm yelling and I cause my whole scene and I like have the highlights and I go out. And so Tara's driving and I get back in the car and he comes out and it was like a movie. He like opens the door to be like, it's not true. Like, I love you. Da, da, da. And Tara guns it. Like just takes off, but the door is there. So the poor kid's like holding the door and running. And then she goes faster and he goes like barrel rolling. And then to make matters worse, I'm not going to call it breaking and entering because I had a key. It was simply entering.
It was simply entering
to do damage.
No damage. It was freshening up the place.
Freshening up with a certain scent. So we lived in shit ass apartments. Like, I'll have to tell you the story of when Kyle came. Like, we lived in gross apartments. Yeah. And the cheater ex had shaggish carpeting. It was nasty already. And so Tara and I had made a pit stop at Walmart and got garlic salt or garlic powder, whichever one, like mass amounts of it, and shook it all into the shag carpet throughout this whole apartment. It smelled so bad, and there's no way you can vacuum that out.
Right.
Like, that's
right.
I wonder if they had to like replace the carpets.
It was done.
That was pretty epic.
It was pretty awesome.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a fond memory of college.
Yeah. I was like, Tara's definitely one that is good to have on your side with those things.
Let's be honest, some of my best stories start with, so I had a drink, and spiral from there, which is exactly why Big Rack Spirits feels like the unofficial sponsor of every unfiltered moment on this podcast. Whether it's the East Coast Cooler, Trailblazing Tangerine, or Rosie's Pink Lemonade, they make flavored vodka that goes down easier than your latest situationship. It's all natural, super smooth, and honestly, dangerous in the best way. No fake flavors, no mixers needed. Just pour, sip, and overshare. And maybe cry, obnoxiously laugh, definitely regret saying it all out loud. But hey, at least it was entertaining. Oh, and they're not just out here making delicious chaos in a bottle. Big Rack gives back too. Military charities, breast cancer foundations, real impact with every pour. So if you're gonna tell on yourself, you might as well do it with a drink that's worth it. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly. All right, so I feel like you and I are each other's hype women. Like, obviously, we talked about that, whether it's a boudoir shoot or whatever. But I think sometimes we also hype each other up.
Feed into each other's anxieties a little bit.
Just a little bit. So, to set the scene of this story, it is Brixton's 7th or 8th birthday. One of those.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a cool mom. So, I told Brixton he could have like 13 or so of
lot of them.
Like little race buddies. And we were going to rent this like Hummer limo and go to the movies. So, first, this has been on the calendar, guys, for months. Kyle, the day before, goes, oh, hey, you know I have practice. Like, I won't be home to help you. I'm like, there's going to be 14 boys at our house. What do you mean you're not going to be home? And my parents were out of town. And I was like, Bree, what are you doing tomorrow? And she's like, dropping my kids off at your house. Why? And I was like, so funny. So can you come with me? So it was me, Bree, and her husband, Andrew.
Yep.
And remember, it started off bad. It had been warm all week. And then it was like 50 degrees and raining. So all those damn children were
running everywhere.
Yep. Like chairs are turned over. There's candy stuck to the rug. It was just chaos. So the Hummer limo gets here, and Waddy, who's like the guy we use for all of our stuff, super nice. And he wanted to be so nice for the boys. So he surprised Brexton with his Surf Pro colors. He did a whole inside of like green and orange balloons. And he
so cool.
Bought fake champagne for the kids.
Yeah.
With real champagne glasses.
Yes.
So we get in this Hummer, and the boys are literally on crack. Like,
they had already had candy, right?
And cake.
They each got to pick a candy
to take.
Yes.
Because I got a bunch of king-size bars, and I was like, we are not buying this at the movie theater. Yes, I'm that mom. Go ahead. I sneak candy in. It's like $9 for a Snickers. I'm not doing it.
Well, and there were like 25 kids.
Yes. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So the car ride was horrendous. It was me, Bree, and Andrew. We had lost all control. Nobody was listening.
We tried to tell everybody that their candy was for the movie.
And not to eat it before. So they all ate it before. They broke glasses. They were sitting on the balloons, popping them. They were screaming. It was chaos. So we get to the movie theater, and do you remember there was like a bunch of people standing outside the movie theater, and like 14 boys compiling out screaming, and everybody just like backed away. And then they run into the movie theater. They knock over half that candy rack, and everybody's just staring at, like, Andrew's off to the corner. Andrew's also the most calm, chill, and Bree and I are
standing there staring at everybody.
Bree and I are screaming. Nobody's listening to us.
And they're all picking up candy like, I want this. And I'm like, you ate your candy.
Yeah, we're like, no candy. Well, then they go right up to the thing and buy it. And the guy looks at me, and remember, he was like, $2.80? And I was like, where is the decimal? And he was like, 280. I was like, freaking kidding me?
like, no.
No. But at this point, it's popcorn. They've got their mouths all over it. They're sucking up the Slurpees. They've opened every bag of candy. So I'm like, have to buy it at that point. Mm-hmm. So then
I didn't want to share Slurpees.
Nobody wanted to share. Then we go into the wrong movie theater.
That's right.
So we go into the first movie theater, and it was the same showing, same time, but one was in a special screen and one wasn't. So then we go into the wrong theater, and then, do you remember in the intro credits of the movie? There is some movie, like, you know how they show the movies coming beforehand, that was very...
the inappropriate one?
It was very, like, politically, racially, religion charged.
Yeah.
Because we were taking the boys to see Fast and Furious, so it was like they were showing older movies. So they showed this, like, very adult topics of the world. And so then the boys think that Brie and I should answer all these political, racial, and religious questions. And we're like, ask your parents. Ask your parents. Ask your parents. So, like, it's just the whole night hasn't gone well.
Right.
Finally get them calmed down. The movie starts.
We're in one
whole row. Like, we took up seat to seat. Andrew's at one end. Me and Brie are on the other end. And all the kids are in the middle.
Yep. Harper, I think, is next to me.
Mm-hmm. It was you, Harper, me. Mm-hmm. All the children, Andrew.
Yeah.
Because we thought that was safe.
Yes. That was the best case scenario for crazy things like this.
Do you want me to keep going or do you want to tell it?
Well, I would say about halfway in, 2/3.
So, yeah, like an hour and 20 minutes into the movie.
Well into the movie.
Like, you weren't just late.
Not late. Definitely well in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Someone walks in.
No, you have to describe him. It is a man, a white male with a backpack. Okay,
with a backpack.
An hour and 20 minutes late into the movie. What is everybody thinking?
I mean, that there's something in that backpack.
There has to be. So
I didn't think there was another option.
We're watching this guy walk in, and he comes up the stairs on Brie and I's side, and he's walking, and he dead stops at our row. And Brie and I are like, mama bears, right? Like, all right, we're going to protect these children.
We're ready for this.
And he stands there for like 30 seconds, and he's looking at us, and we're looking at him, and nobody...
And he's like looking down the row, and he stands right at that row for an uncomfortable amount of time.
He's like an inch away from you. It was super freaking awkward. And then he goes and sits directly behind Brie and I, like right behind us. And we're like, this is it. What do we do? So now we're texting Andrew.
We're texting each other.
We're texting each other, sitting right next to each other. Like, what do we do? Clearly he's going to do harm.
He's so sketch. Like, something's wrong. Yeah. Like, and he didn't just sit behind us. Like, he didn't just take a seat. He sat on the edge. And he was like, so like he's right behind us, and he's uncomfortably in our space, like leaning forward and like shaking.
Yes. And that's it. We were like, that's it. He's doing something. And I'm sure he's reading all of our text messages because we're like, this is bad. I'm texting Andrew, are you packing? Like, I need you to get the gun out. Like,
ready to go.
Be ready. And he's like, I definitely did not bring a gun into a movie theater.
Who does that? I still give him a hard time. I was like, really? You're not here to protect us?
Yeah, it's like, Andrew, you were only invited to be the bodyguard. Like,
come on.
What were you going to do? Throw your popcorn at him?
Yeah.
So Brie and I devised this plan that Harper's going to very loudly say that she has to go to the bathroom, so that then Brie is going to take Harper, her daughter, to the bathroom. And I and gunless Andrew will stay with the 14 other children to protect them. So you and Harper run out, and what did you say?
Yeah. So we went out, and I was like, okay, well, we're reporting somebody, Harper, because that guy, and she's like, oh, the guy behind us? Yeah, I thought he was weird. And I was like, thank you very much for being very aware of your surroundings. And so I was like, we're just going to report him. We're going to say, hey, there's a guy that's in there. He came in an hour and a half late. He's carrying a backpack, and he's shaking.
But Brie, you need to tell people you were probably not that calm. You were like, there is a man, a white male with a backpack in my space.
Yes.
And
I'm the one shaking.
So Brie gets security.
So I do. I go and I report him. And
But you said be discreet.
Yes, I said, like, I don't know what's going on. I just know he's extremely late. I know he's shaky. I know he has a backpack. He's leaning kind of over us and shaking a lot. I was like, I don't feel comfortable. So, like, don't, like, be a jerk about it. Be discreet. Can you just kind of come in and sit and watch him? Like, I don't know what you do in this situation, but can you do it? And can you do it discreetly? Because it's odd.
So Bree is standing out there, and a manager and a police officer come bounding into the theater. It's blatantly obvious that Bree had just gone and told on this guy. They come marching up the stairs. Sir.
Flashlight.
Sir, we need you to hand over your backpack immediately. And I'm like, oh, what's going on?
I have no clue what's happening.
So strange. So they go through his backpack. They're asking him for his ticket. I'm like, this is a fabulous Fast and Furious. I don't know what's going on behind me. I mean, they're like interrogating this guy. Why were you late? Why do you have a backpack? Why? And I can't like quite hear because they've kind of like moved him a little bit back, and I'm just trying to like eavesdrop. But anyways, you were in there by then, right? No, you were still outside.
I don't think so because I was waiting for the all clear.
Yes.
Like I thought you were gonna.
Yes. So Bree's still outside. So then they leave, and the guy sits back down behind me. And so I send Bree, what the WTF? Like, he's still here. He's not arrested. I'm so confused. And then we found out.
They came back and they were like, well, ma'am, it was a Mountain Dew.
It was a Pepsi.
Well, ma'am, he has Pepsi in his backpack.
And
I can't remember. Candy?
You guys are in his seat.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, no, that was the other part. Yep. So, ma'am, he has Pepsi in his backpack, and you guys are in his seat. And I'm like, what?
So he's not a threat, and we are wrong. And so, yeah, then it was super awkward because, like, still, I don't know why he was late, and now I understand the backpack because he was trying to be like me and sneak food in. But, like, I don't know why you'd come an hour and 20 minutes late unless he hopped over from a different movie.
Well, so that was, but if he had a ticket.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, because they checked his ticket. So I still am not sure exactly what was going on there. But he must have had a ticket. I was going to say he hopped over, but
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we felt like complete asses because the guy was like, you're in his seat. And then it did ring a bell that when I had bought the entire row, one seat was taken. And I thought to myself, oh, well, when I get there, I'll just politely ask them if they'll trade seats. But after I thought he was doing something terrible, I forgot that part of the story. Yeah, that was a fine moment.
But I still have zero regrets. Like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. But I have zero regrets of reporting you because if you act shifty, I'm going to report you.
Oh, I do. I'm so bad about
that.
Like,
I'm taking care of kids. We got run off the road by a truck the other day. I called him in.
Good.
Yes. Like, I have done it several times. So if Kyle's out on the road, you better be careful.
Watch out. I will say one crazy thing I did is we were getting ready to fly somewhere, and this man, before we even take off, like, comes up and uses the bathroom at the front, like where I can see him in there. So I preface that.
What?
No, like we're on a commercial flight, and like he walks past our row, but he wasn't like in our section, and goes up to the bathroom. So bathroom. I noted it because I thought it was odd because people were still walking on the plane, and he like went through them to go to the bathroom. Okay. And I'm like, well, I guess he really has to pee, but I thought it was odd. So like he noted the time.
He could have planted something.
Well, he was in there for a while. And then it was like 3 minutes and 5 minutes, like an abnormal amount of time to be in the bathroom.
Reported.
I did. So I pressed my little call button, and people are still coming on. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am. This man has been in the bathroom for 7.5 minutes.
42 seconds.
She was like, what? And I was like, he has been in the bathroom. He made his way through the crowd of people coming on. I feel like it was urgent, but even if it was urgent, now, since I've been talking to you, we are entering a 9-minute mark. Like, I think he could be doing something. And she was like, what do you think he's doing? And guys, let me also say, this was years ago, before like COVID, and people were like, you could ask a flight attendant a question without it being like that big of a deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, I can't say the B word on the plane, ma'am. I need you to go inspect.
You check for palms. Palms.
That's what I'm trying. And I'm giving her like the,
the B thing.
Go look. So now we're talking. She's like, ma'am, I can't do that. And I'm like,
you're not taking off these wheels until you do
I'm
it.
Sorry, I can't get it. So now I'm sweating. Kyle's like, shut up. Stop talking. So he comes out. It's like, 12, 13 minutes. He comes out of the bathroom. So I look at the stewardess again, and I'm like,
okay.
And she ignores me and just like goes. So I'm like, I'll take one for the team. So I go in there. Well, it smelled like shit. So bad. But I still did my due diligence because I was like, maybe he's like faking a poop or like nervous.
I was like, you
pooping.
didn't like stop him, like, excuse me, sir, I have some questions for you because no one else is checking.
No, I like looked around the toilet. I like, where you like throw the thing away. I like opened it up and like peeked in. I like put my hand in. It's like, you know what? If I find something, this stewardess or this flight attendant is going to be like,
she gone.
Thank gosh for this concerned citizen. I'm the worst.
Oh, that's
literally
hilarious.
the worst.
That is so funny.
That story makes me laugh. Kyle was mortified. He was like, do not do anything else on this flight. And I was like, I like.
You know what? One day, you or I are going to catch somebody, and our husbands are going to be thankful. And they're going to say, I now understand why you're so aware and you make sure we're safe. Thank you for protecting me. And I'll say, well, didn't look like you did it.
They think we're crazy. Do you remember the gun story when you spent the night?
Yes, I was thinking about that the other day.
So for safety, like a lot of American families, we have guns locked up very safely and everything, but Kyle was out of town and I do not like to stay home alone, and Bree was coming to spend the night as a bodyguard.
Because I'm clearly a bodyguard.
So I go to the safe and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have protection. And so I call Kyle. Like, Bree and I have both been to shooting lessons, like
several times.
Yep. Our husbands have taught us, like, we felt confident. So I get out the gun and I was like, okay, like, I just want to check and make sure everything's perfect, ready, good. And what I do, I like pulled it back to check the chamber, and there was a bullet in it somehow, like, because I thought it was going to be empty, and the bullet flies up into the air and lodges itself backwards in the gun. Cannot make this shit up if I tried. So I'm talking to Kyle and I'm like, the bullet's backwards in the chamber. And he's like, what? And I'm like, he's like, well, take it out. And it was stuck.
Yeah, we couldn't get it.
It was absolutely stuck. Like, to this day, I have no idea. I'm like, well, I can't fire a gun with a backwards bullet. That's not going to work. So yeah, that didn't work.
No, that one didn't work.
Oh, there was another one that didn't.
There were 3. We got to 3.
What happened to the other 2?
I'm trying to remember. That was the first one. There were 3 because then the other one, he's like, we'll take this one. And we're like, hey, we got it. We got it. And then maybe we couldn't pull it.
Oh, we couldn't pull, Lucas, what's that called? Cock it? Yeah, we couldn't cock it. We couldn't do it. It was too stuck. So
yeah, it was hard.
That one was useless.
Yeah. And then there was one more. What happened
to that one? I'd have to ask Kyle, because he was like, stop touching the gun. Lock everything up. Get a baseball bat and a knife. Stop touching my shit.
We had him on video. And he's like, I'll never forget. He's like, are you serious right now? we were laughing so hard. We were like, we are trying.
We don't know
to
what
make
to
sure
do.
we're safe. And we're like good if it doesn't malfunction. But
Well,
if it malfunctions, then it's like, okay, and we were safe. We were safe the whole time. We kept it pointed away.
The kids were nowhere around.
Were in bed. Like everything was safe. It was just you and I.
And nobody stood there. Like, yeah, we had good gun safety. We just couldn't freaking use a single gun.
Yeah, because it was malfunctioning.
I know.
And we were like, this is
not safe.
This isn't safe.
No, so I think we stayed up most of the night instead. Right. Sounded like a better idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was so funny. He was like,
he was
so pissed.
I forgot it was 3 guns.
And I remember he was like, put it back on the top shelf and do not touch it again. I will have to look at it when I get back. We were like, okay.
I will have to fix all of these. Okay, sorry. Okay. I want a revolver. That's what I'm going to get. Like, I want to go shoot and practice with a revolver. I feel like that's more.
I think we should go back and practice with some more things, I think.
I just feel like I know in a revolver, you open it up, there's 6, right? 6. You put it back in and you shoot. There's no fancy pulling back safety. Like, give me an old cowboy. Like, I just want to know, or just keep a shotgun.
Or a shotgun. So that's what I've been told.
Do you know Kyle's grandma had a shotgun?
Ah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. That's what she did.
That. Yeah, that's what I've been told, is to just keep a shotgun. Because as soon as they hear that on the shotgun, like, they're like, oh, crap. And so I was like, but I mean, the reality of either of us being broken into is... Because
no,
I mean, maybe not you, but you have all the security. So crazy people that know you, that's a different reality. Like for me, I had 4 teenagers walking up my driveway, and I was running outside after them screaming. And I didn't know they were teens. I thought they were like gang people from Charlotte, and went running down the driveway at him.
And Brie, if you thought it was a gang from Charlotte in your driveway, why did you run after them?
I don't know. I panicked.
So you went after?
I went out screaming. Luckily, Claudio came yelling at the same time, and he was armed. And I'm like, thank you, Claudio.
He's armed, so just listen to him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. It was a bad choice. And then sweet Cade's like, Mom, my BB gun was in the office. You could have grabbed it on the way out. And I'm like, thank you.
That would have done real well.
I would have been better than what I had.
That is true. That is true. Okay, so transitioning into how we are not afraid, protected, self-reliant women.
Mm-hmm.
We are, very much so. Don't F with us.
If we're together.
So
I'm not like that alone. Actually,
I just
good thing I have Cade.
Yeah, I'm so glad you were my bodyguard that night. So Brie and her husband came to Bristol with us last year. I think it was last year, the year before.
It's been 2 years ago now.
Yeah, 2 years ago. And it was so fun. We all spent the night on the bus. The kids aren't there. And we had so much fun in Bristol that weekend. Like, we went out to dinner.
It was Andrew's birthday.
Yep.
So we like celebrated. He had the wiener dog shirt.
Yes. We went to the gypsy tents and got like old school NASCAR stuff. We like watched practice and qualifying, just walked around Bristol. It was super fun.
Freedom.
So fun. No kids. We made cocktails at the bus. Like, it was great. So
I was your media.
You did.
I did a really good job.
You were my social media at the pop-up.
You had 5,000 photos.
I did. My camera roll had, no, I'm not kidding you guys, like literally no less than 480 photos she took during a hour-long
very much
pop-up. But they were great. We had lots to choose from.
Thank you.
Brie and I decide that we're going to go hiking. There is a really pretty hike, like little mountain area 5 minutes from the racetrack. And so the boys, Kyle had to race that night, so they weren't going to go hiking. And so they were hanging out. And so Brie and I go hiking, and it's pretty clearly marked. And so
and they were going to meet us later to pick us up, I think.
Yeah, I think they dropped us off. They were going back there and pick us up. We're like, we're going to hike for an hour or two. We'll text you when we're almost done because it's 5 minutes away. So we're hiking. Everything's great. We're having a great time. We're chit-chatting. We're just connecting, and it's like so peaceful. And then we stopped seeing like the little colored marks. And we're like, that's weird. Where are we? And we are getting deeper and deeper because we like it's not like 7,000 acres, but it's a freaking mountain, right?
Yeah,
like
it's big. Yeah,
it's pretty big. So we are hiking and hiking, and now there's like downed trees because remember that tornado had gone through.
Yes. So tons of trees down. So it was like, is this the path? Is this the trail? Is it not the trail?
So yeah, it was
like we're going over trees.
We're literally scaling trees, like trying to see.
But there weren't any signs. So we were like, well, this must be where the trail is.
If we just keep walking, because we just kept telling ourselves, if we just keep walking, surely we'll have to pop out at some point.
We thought.
And then we get to this like ravine. And we are in the middle of nowhere.
There's the down trees.
It's like
big trees.
Like it's almost like two mountains, and or two big hills. I don't know what it is in Tennessee, and we're at the bottom of it.
We're in the valley,
and we're like looking up, and we're like, well, I think we're supposed to go straight, but there's all this debris. Like, what do we do? So as we're officially admitting that we're lost, and like cell service is very, very spotty. So like right then we did not have cell.
Couldn't pull up a map.
Nope, no map. Couldn't get a text out. It just kept doing. Remember, it would like send, and then it would like leave that last 20%. And you're like, go.
Well, and then like we couldn't tell the boys like
that we're lost.
Hey, we're lost. Like we don't know where we're at.
So we're standing there and we hear like crunch, 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 crunch. And Brie and I, like first instinct, you're like bear, right? And we turn around and there's two men, and we're like, oh no, nobody around. So you had that, what is that thing on your keychain?
I think it's called a Kubaton.
It's like a hard plastic 6-inch long pointy stick.
It's for breaking windows or bones. I know that much.
Bones.
From Damsel in Defense.
She went to a mom's house party and has this thing on her keychain. So that is our only weapon. So you gave it to me.
He's like, here, you go first.
Take this. So I have this weapon between my hands. And I'm like, so these men come up, and the first thing, we have a weapon and our husbands know where we are.
They're looking for us. They know we're right in this vicinity somewhere.
We have a weapon. And the guy is like, cool, I'm a volunteer firefighter. And we're like, oh my God, we're lost. Like, didn't even, so dumb of us. Again,
we could have totally been fake.
Lied. But the second he said volunteer firefighter, we're like, we've been so trapped in the woods and we're lost and our husbands don't know we're out here. So dumb. So
I guess now if you're going to steal us and take us away, now's the time.
Now's the time. We have admitted that we have really no weapon. Nobody knows we're gone and we're effed.
But we can scream loud.
Yeah.
Really, really loud.
But they ended up being the nicest guys. We wouldn't like.
And they were mountain bikers.
They were.
Andrew's a mountain biker. So I was like, I think
serial killers are not mountain bikers. I mean, obviously.
Not, right?
No, because they get like the happy endorphins. So they wouldn't really need the urge of like being a serial killer.
That's a good point. But if you were a serial killer, being a mountain biker would probably be a pretty good place to do it.
Well, yeah.
Right? Like, so that's thought.
Didn't think that one through.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could have been killed. No.
Yeah.
No. So they knew we were a little bit afraid of them. And instead, they did tell us that the tornado had taken down the paths, that we were not like dumb, that the paths were demolished.
That we were also off the path.
By a lot.
Wasn't it like a mile?
Yes, we were a mile off the main path and heading the wrong direction.
But they were down there discussing what they could do to try to clear it out and help, right?
Yes.
Like they were, because I think one of them said something about like, well, we have the machinery, so we were just coming down here to talk about what we could do to clean it up. We're like,
oh yeah, thank you.
Stuck.
So they guided us out, and at that point, the boys had already realized, because it had been like 3 hours, that something was wrong. So they were hiking on the main path trying to find us.
Yep.
And then we finally got up high enough and got service, and they found us. So
yeah, I think we even yelled to them. And
we're coming. Do you hear my voice? Find me.
Oh, it was fun.
Oh, okay. Well, now that people know how to steal us, I think we should end there.
That's true. Don't steal us.
Don't
though.
steal us, please. You'd probably give us back.
Please. You would, for sure.
Well, this was great. I love you. I know you have to get home to Kemp because
Oh, yeah.
I know you're worried, and
He's a bear.
I will keep your boys all night so that you can make baby number 5.
Woo! I mean, no guarantees not to.
Okay, if you have baby 5, can you then for baby 6 be my surrogate again?
Well, I was like, I think we should do the joint thing. Like, we should somehow joint surrogate and baby 5 together.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like, if we can come
And then
up
you
with a
DNA
scientist
test them to know which one was mine versus yours.
right, and like if we can get like a scientist to like try this.
Well, like as soon as you knew you were pregnant, we would just insert my embryo too.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. We need a scientist that's like, ooh, I want to try something like that, because we can be like, yeah, here we are.
I mean, that'd be great. You could have twins. They'd obviously love each other and be best friends.
Yeah, bestie.
They'd have to be girls because you want a girl.
I mean, I want a girl, but God gives me boys.
You got one girl.
I got one.
I know. All right. We'll figure that one out. Thank you guys so much for joining Brie and I in Story Hour. Brie has been my sister and best friend for so many years. She's been by my side literally through everything. So getting to have her on the pod was just so much fun. I want to encourage you guys, send your bestie and I love you right now. Plan a night to sit together and just relive your most iconic stories, because just having this time to like laugh and go through, like, we've done so much life together. It was such a blast. So thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll catch you next week.